Good afternoon, everybody. This is Let's Talk AI, the October meeting of 2025. It's a monthly meeting that we have talking about AI. It's not a class, it's not a training session, it's a discussion group. We talk about various things about AI. I try to guide you into finding some things, and we try to just discuss some of the latest things that are out. And, every month there's enough new stuff that we can do this. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of good information. We have people with various levels of expertise and that join us. And so feel free to ask questions if you're at the beginning stages, or even if you're, considered more experienced, but you have a question about it. And what I would like everyone to do is participate and talk about how you've used things, what you're trying to use, uh, just some information that you can share with others. It's a discussion group. We're just yakking about AI. And so with that, I have muted everyone, and you can unmute now as you wish. I'm going to mute myself for a second just to clear my throat. There we go.
Okay, I'll
Uh,
start. I'll start.
okay, go ahead.
My significant other my daughter rather, had her birthday. She's 54 on Wednesday. So I went to Gemini and I said that I wanted a beautiful birthday cake for my daughter who has a catering business. And and I mentioned her age and happy birthday, Laura. So it created a very nice, it's triple decker cake, white cake, and it had a name on it. So then I told it, it's like talking to you, Huey. I said, okay, that was good, but I'd like larger. Yeah, sure. It talks right back to you, just like you and I are talking. I said, no problem. So it puts larger lettering for happy birthday. And then I said the background was too busy. Can you reduce the busyness of the background? It says, oh yeah, it's too busy. We'll do that too. It's a little bit scary because you really feel like you're talking to a robot, but a live. I mean, it doesn't have to have a physical figure because you're really. I mean, it's powerful. That's all I could say.
Yeah, and you don't even have to have a computer anymore. Uh, if you have Miss A from Amazon, I now have the Miss A Plus, and so I can have discussions with her, and I can actually it can be a him, it can be Mr. A. I think it has 6 or 8 voices now that you can use and choose from, and it works just like Gemini and Open AI and so on, where you can have discussions with it. It's not quite as good, and she talks relatively fast, and you don't see it on the screen. So, uh, but you can go back into the Amazon app. You can, yeah, wow, that's very nice. You can go into the Amazon app and see see what you've asked and how she answered it. But I prefer to do it on the computer so I can look at ChatGPT and I can right away see it. I can capture it, put it in a file, and then save it. But it really is amazing the fact that you can do it so easily now in your home. And the interesting part is, we got a bunch of people here. We got over 20 people here right this moment, and we're all talking about it. But a lot of our peers and a lot of people young, even younger than us, have never tried it and have no idea what it is. If you
Hmm.
talk to some of your neighbors and friends, a lot of when you say AI, they've heard the term, but they have no clue of what it can do, and so on. You can impress them very easily with just one picture or one thing that you've done and showing them like a picture of a cake and they will be amazed at what can be done. So, by all means, share your information with some of these people. If nothing else, they won't talk to you because you intimidate them. But for the most part, they want to learn. They just are afraid of it. It's like anything new. And it's like uh, I asked you to, if you had a chance to watch the video on the new
Mhm.
Open AI
Upgrade to free early
Atlas.
access.
Donna, your microphone is live. I'm not sure if you realize that or not. Uh, the uh, it's just let's see, where was I going here? I lost my train of thought. The uh, the Open AI Atlas is a whole new way of using a browser. Are we going to be willing, at our age, most of us are been around a while and have used computers for a while, are we going to be willing to change to a different type of browser to look at the internet and do things that we do on the computer? And it's going to be challenging for some of us because we've done it so many years. So, by all means, watch some of the videos on Atlas, and now Microsoft just since the last 2 days have released their Mico, which is kind of like a poor man's Clippy. It's got uh, a little image that they're using, and they're going to have it built into Edge, where you can ask questions. And of course, you got Copilot uh, uh, that can do it, and then Gemini and for the alphabet people, and so they all have something like that. Where it's what was the one we talked about last month? Um, the Norton one wasn't out yet, and I haven't tried it. But then I want to say
Comment?
it's Comet. That was it.
Comet.
I knew it was. I was
Yeah,
trying to. Copilot was sticking in my mind. And I knew it wasn't that. Yeah,
that was the other one
Comet.
I was going to recommend. Comet. They keep throwing so much stuff as Comet and Atlas.
Yep. And it keeps coming at us. And if you want to try it, then you commit yourself to at least playing with it for a while.
Am I
What
supposed to know what Atlas is? I might have a, senior moment. What is Atlas?
what do you get the newsletter that I send out?
I didn't look at it. No, I mean,
Yeah,
I
you got
obviously,
it, but you didn't read it.
The
Well, right at
AI
the beginning,
browser.
I said there's a
A,
video that
A,
you need to watch it. It explains it.
AI said I have to be truthful.
Okay, yes, absolutely. Because it never lies.
No, it makes stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have found that too. It's a new browser using AI, and it integrates AI into almost everything that you do in the browser, and it really is something else.
It's from
It's
OpenAI.
yeah, it's from OpenAI, and the other problem with it is right now it's only available on Macs.
Oh,
It shortly will be available for Windows and for mobile devices, but it's not yet released for anything other than Macs. But there's lots of videos where people are demonstrating it and showing it. Has anyone here worked uh, with it at all? JJ, do you have access? Do you use a Mac at all?
No, I have a Mac somewhere in my house. I don't know where it's at, but but no, I haven't played with it.
Yeah, I've
I've
got one.
seen the advertisement. I haven't played with it.
Now,
what
does
was
it work on the iPhone?
Not
Uh,
yet.
no,
No.
what was the other one that you mentioned or JJ mentioned? It starts with a C, like Comet or something.
Comet.
Yeah, Comet's an AI browser. We talked about it last month on this show.
It sounded familiar.
So
Yeah,
would
But
you agree that the AI is pretty much past the Turing test, right?
which one is part of Perplexity?
I think that is
Yeah,
Comet.
Comet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it pops up on my taskbar.
And you know, I'm trying to think how long that video is. Let me bring up my list here, and I've got it. I can play it and just cut it out in the recording.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let me see if I can find the article first. Um,
Yeah, AI is getting carried away. I'm using Cyberlink Power Director from my videos, and just recently it came out with the new AI features in it, and it's sort of replaced my 11 labs for creating text and text to graphics or text to video. And if you've been seeing a lot of these videos on your smartphones that are converting images to static images to video, uh, that is new AI feature of Cyberlink's Power Director.
hmm, let's see here. Do I have? Yeah. See if I can get it to run here. Oh, I got to share my screen before we do anything here. Well, let me go back to this. And I will put a link on the YouTube channel so you can then go to the link and watch this because I don't believe I can share it as part of the recording. Due to copyright restrictions, this video is not being shown in the recording. You can go to the link that's on the screen and watch it yourself. Okay, I'm going to stop the share right now. You get the idea. I didn't want to play the whole thing, but it's quite a browser. If you think about it, just some of the things that it showed you. You want to learn more about it, and you want to learn more about AI. Matt Wolfe, Wolfe, is the fella that did that video. I watch all of his stuff. His stuff is so good. He does, as I said, speak fast, but he's very succinct, very you can understand what he's saying, and he really gets into it and tells you the good and the bad and the ugly.
Well, the
Okay.
first part that he mentioned in the browser about being able to put in your question in the address bar, I've been
Yep.
doing that in Firefox with Perplexity for a long time.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comments? Any wows? Boy, that's scary, or no, I don't want anything to do with it. Comments?
Well,
Anybody?
my mom does have a MacBook, but telling her about this would be a complete waste of time. She wouldn't have a clue what to do with it.
Elva, your hand is up.
Yeah, I subscribe to a newsletter that is called Matt from Future 2, Future TOO. And I,
TOOLS,
that,
Future Tools. That's the same Matt.
yeah, but
That's
it's
him.
okay. The one I'm looking at that I get every day in my inbox is Matt from Future TOO dot, not tool, but two.
Okay, because this is Matt,
Oh,
Future
sorry, I just
Tools.
clicked on it. Matt from Future Tools. That's right. Future.
Yep,
Yep.
yep, that's him.
Yep.
So he has a website that he talks about different things that he finds. He's got a whole database of them, and he also does the newsletter, and he also keeps a list of all the AI news in order, so you can click on the articles and read them too. There's
Yeah, the
links to
other
them.
newsletters I subscribe to is one called Mindstream, one called Captain Yar, one called Superhuman, Zane
Yeah,
Tang,
yeah,
one BGR,
Superhuman's good. Yeah.
BGR, Bagel Bots, The Rundown AI, AI Fire, The Neuron, Tech Presso.
Yeah, I recognize a lot of those that I subscribe to as well. Yeah, there's some really good newsletters out there, and trying to keep up with them all is just it's
I usually just drag it into a folder because I could not possibly have time to read all of that.
And every day there's new things that it talks about. And if you click on one, you're in a rabbit hole for hours.
Mhm.
So interesting. I love it, but you know, there's just not
Okay, I am going to open up the chat. Let's see if I can find it here. And let's see how I do this. Emoji file. Your computer. Let me find the file. Oh, I see what it did. Didn't put me where I wanted to be, but that's no problem. And we're going to go to users and Huey, and then documents, and then Stug. It's buried here, but let me find it. Stug and classes and forums. Let's talk AI, today's date. And I made a PDF and hopefully it will work. Hope there's not a limit to it. And then I have to send it. That's what I didn't do the last time. And you all said you didn't get it. So you should be able to download it from the chat box now. And that is a list of 80 videos about AI that I watched this last month or so.
Oh, it says 100
And
videos.
And there's a link in, yeah, it started out as 100, but I had about 15 of them that dealt with other topics as well, and I took those out. And did everyone see it in the chat box and should be able to download it, I believe. And
Yep.
it's a PDF, so it was done as a spreadsheet. And I think with PDFs, most of them, I think if you hold the control key down and then click on the link, it'll open it up.
So you
It'll
should be
make,
able to put that into Notebook LM as well,
yeah,
right?
yep.
I just
So it,
thank you.
so that'll give you something to do in the next month.
Month.
Well, I watched them all in the month. I don't watch, sometimes I don't watch all of it. I watch enough of it to say, yeah, that's a good one to add to the list, and I add it. I'll go back and look at it. Yeah.
We know it
Um,
takes a lot of time to watch those videos, but if you
it,
take
it,
and throw it through AI in a summarizer, you can get the gist of the video and it speeds up things a lot. If it's something that you want to find more of, you can then spend the time on it. But I found AI to be a great help on that, and going through a lot of the videos.
good idea and good thing that you're doing that. Absolutely. Any other comments about what we watched?
When
Um,
a
I have a
question to Jeff,
question about your list. Number one,
okay.
is that the oldest or the newest?
The latest, it was it was in reverse order of how I found them. So the number one would be the latest.
Okay, thank you.
The latest that I watched it. So, but none of them go back farther, I think, than about 2 months. So yeah, that's the biggest challenge I have when I do some searches and so on, or just on YouTube, just what pops up with the various AI stuff. Sometimes you got to be careful if it was a year ago or 2 years ago, you might not want to use that as your reference point because AI has changed in 2 years.
well, do you guys notice when I drop out?
Yeah, I notice because I see you coming back in, I have to let you in. So
Oh, you notice when I drop out, I've totally crashed 3 times while we've been on this call. I lost the internet, and now when I brought it back up, the chat doesn't look normal. It normally is on the side of the screen. It's like a big box. It takes up half the screen. I could shrink it.
well,
But any rate, do you notice when I drop out or not?
it's not, you disappear from the screen, but if I was like playing a video, we wouldn't notice. But when you come back in, I see it in the participants list because I have to let you in. So it's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
Well, you know, what's interesting,
were you able to watch the video enough to understand a little bit about what
I got
what
about
Atlas is?
halfway through. I got
Okay.
about halfway through, and so it
Okay.
gave me some insight
Yeah,
that more is coming.
I just want to wet your whistle a little bit on what it does and so on. It really is amazing where we're going with all of this. And it's not just because of Atlas, it's just AI in general. It's just amazing. The advancements just since AI became, the open AI opened up to all of us in November of 2022. That's so it's what 3 years, and all this has happened in 3 years. The whole technology and the whole world has been turned upside down by AI.
And they
Okay.
passed, and it officially passed the Turing test in 2014. I looked it up.
Okay. Any other comments, questions about AI in general?
Yeah, I
Anything
have a
you're
question for
using?
Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff mentioned that you can get the transcript of videos in YouTube summarized.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
not a
wondering,
transcript.
yeah,
It's
have
a
you tried when you summarize this thing, let's say it's a longer video, let's say it's 45 minutes or an hour, and you're looking at this summary of the transcript and you see something that you're interested in, but it's like halfway through somewhere. Can can you tell the AI that you want to know where that's at time-wise in the video and then go to that spot as opposed to trying to scroll through the video to find it or go back and read the transcript manually to try and figure out where it's at? Is that a possibility?
It,
Or have
I'm
you
sure it's
tried
a
that at all?
possibility, but it's not something that I do. I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
And generally, if it's something that I'm interested in, I'll either go back and look at the transcript to see about where in the video it is, kind of
Uh,
scan through the transcript.
okay, you'll go through the transcript. Yeah, I know you can search the transcript once it's up there, so that works out pretty good. But I was just curious if you could save a step and say, go there.
You should be able to
Actually,
do.
I'm going to show you something just after Elva has her question or comment. Go ahead,
Actually,
Elva.
Thank you.
can I just answer Joe's question? If you used Notebook LM with audio, it'd do exactly that. I haven't tried it, but it claims to be able to transcript all the text that's in an audio and then tell you answer any question that you've got on it. So yeah, it should be
Yeah.
able to do exactly what you were
Uh,
saying.
I'm going to show you some of the
Thank you.
tricks that I use, but Elva, go ahead.
Just quickly, I was interested in the comment about the Turing test because I didn't think AI had passed the Turing test yet. And whoever said that,
Yeah, it was me in 2014.
2014, but that means that AI has outstripped humans, right? That humans can't understand what AI is doing. Isn't that what the Turing test means? That
No,
you can't tell if it's a human or an AI? That's
yeah, but that's not the same thing as what you just said.
okay. What's the Turing test, please?
The Turing test is you're in a room and you're in front of a screen and it's either a computer or it's a person behind the screen and you ask it questions and you have to be able to determine whether you're talking to a computer or whether you're talking to a person. One of the jokes was that you can say something like necessity is the mother of invention, and if it was a computer it would say, oh, and how is your mother?
Mm.
That sort of thing. And from that, you'd be able to tell, well, yeah, obviously that's a computer talking.
Okay, let me share my screen and make sure sound is okay. So we're here. And what I want to do is, as long as we're here, I want to view my channel. We'll grab one of my videos. All I want is the address from it. Let's take, let's see. 3 days ago, 4 days ago. I'm looking for, this was a Zoom meeting guide for seniors. I got several things here. Let's just grab one here. Let's grab this video. Now the WinSig would be better. So that's this one. So I am just going to get the share and copy the address. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little secret that Huey has. And that is a website that I use called note.gpt.io. It's free. I do log in, I believe. And so it knows who I am. But anyway, this is the screen you would get even if you weren't logged in, and it doesn't cost anything to log in. I am not a paid subscriber of this, but enter the YouTube video link that you want. So I am going to put in the video that I just grabbed the link to on my page. So I'm going to put that in there, and I can summarize now, and you can batch summarize. So I'm going to tell it to summarize now. Here is the summary of that entire meeting. And then here, let's see if I can, let's see, full screen. I've got a menu here that you probably don't see, but I'll put it over here. And here is is timed exactly what I was saying at a particular time. So that kind of answers the question that somebody had just asked. But I can also tell it instead of, that's the transcript. That's every word that's spoken in the video. But I can tell it chapter, and it only takes a few seconds. And this is how I do the timestamps when I post the video on YouTube. You can see how fast it goes. And it should complete. And there is starting at 2 seconds and so on. So I just take this, I copy it and then make it so each one's one line, but it kind of gives each section. So I have my timestamp. So if I go to 5:59, it will take me right to 5:59 of my video. Article you can see right here. And now it's at 6 minutes. So you can do that, but you also have here is the summarization. And there is just one paragraph is the summary, and then it goes into highlights and again shows the timestamps for all of these things. And then there's a summary and then more timestamps and so on. And what I do is I take this whole thing, I then drop it into one of the other GPT programs, usually ChatGPT, because that's one I pay for. But I could use any of the others. I take this whole thing and I say summarize into 2 paragraphs, and that gives me my description of what the video is, and that's what I drop into YouTube as the description. Or I could tell it make it all 1 paragraph, or I could just use that initial paragraph that's here. So you learned one of my secrets here, and that is the notegpt.io, and it just saves me tons of time. I have found somebody's got to watch the video once because it's got to really create the closed captioning, and it has to watch it at least once to get the closed captioning. So
Does it have an add-on for Firefox as well? Or is it just chat or Chrome?
it's not either. It's just it is it's a website.
No, but there is an add-on extension for Chrome though, right?
No, this is a website. And then I copy and paste this stuff to it
Oh,
in YouTube.
okay.
got nothing to do with Chrome.
Oh,
You can do
all right.
this. You can do this with any browser.
Good.
So let's go ahead and stop the share. Comments. Did we learn something new?
You betcha.
Uh, I have a lot of these little hidden things that I do.
You whipped past the doodle, the Google Doodle. I
Mhm.
had to click on that this morning to see what that meant. The Google logo
Yeah.
changes every day. I had to click on that to see how to interpret that. And it was about baseball. If you see the threads on the Google logo today, it's about baseball.
And they change that every day.
Right.
Okay. Any other comments about AI and the two things that I showed you? I showed you about Atlas and I showed you about my note GPT.io.
Yeah, when
Which
I went to that note GPT.io, and the first thing I saw was on the right, there was add to Chrome free. So what does that?
I don't know. I don't do it that way. They probably have an extension that you can just do it without going to the website. It'll take you right there. So I don't use that.
All right.
Regarding Atlas, have you read anywheres on when it will be installed on other devices?
Nope. Just in the future, which could be this week and could be this month and it could be next year, which is a month and a half away or 2 months away. So I have not heard. I'm anxious to try it and play with it. And I probably will use it as my main browser. Although there are times that you don't want a lot of fluff. You just want to get in there and find what you want and get out. So I will probably be using, again, like I do now, more than one browser.
So
But go ahead, Carl.
yeah, so I like watching documentaries on the Science Channel and History Channel. If I recorded one of those documentaries, um, would I be able to play it in, well, I guess I could record the audio and then have this note, what, GTP search for certain words or outline it or do an outline
Well,
of the audio?
the note GPT only will read, I believe, YouTube videos. But my suggestion to you is if you watch a lot of documentaries, a lot of them are on YouTube as well as being
Yeah,
shown.
sometimes.
So if you do a search on YouTube and find the video, get the address.
Yeah, I've done that, but not all of them are. Not there's a
Yeah.
few, but there are no usually the ones I'm looking for aren't there.
Yeah.
But I could record the audio with the voice recorder on
Absolutely. Make an MP4 or not an MP4, MP3 or an M4A, I believe it is, where you get just the audio.
MP3, I think is audio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
MP4 is video.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of
but
utilities that will strip audio out of a video.
but you can even use Word to take a transcription and make text out of it.
And
You
that is why I come here today,
things.
is I learned something. Note GPT does I always use Galaxy AI for my summarization, and it's simple and it works, but it's limited in features. What you showed me today does the exact same function, but with more features, and it looked like a little bit faster too. So that's a good thing.
Yes. Yeah. There's different tools, but yeah, one sometimes fits you better than it's going to fit somebody else. And so that's why I like to play with a lot of these and I discover things. Uh, and I noticed when I used ChatGPT to put my video list together, last month I had a lot of problems doing it. This month it worked a lot better. But I did find that it'll only do it in chunks of 10. Anything more than that, it gets too confused. So I had to do each 10 videos and have it find what I was asking it for it to do is to find the URL, the link to it. And some of them it couldn't find because it apparently used the title and then it went out into the search and for whatever reason couldn't find them or found something similar to it. But if I did anything more than about 10 of them at a time, it really got confused and told me it couldn't find the links to them. And I said, well, okay, let's do it in chunks of 10. And I did. And even then, as I got up into the 50 to 60 and 60 to 70, it was finding more and more that I shouldn't say finding more, but there is finding less of them, and it would have to go back and dig deeper. And then even some of them weren't accurate. So, but at least it did it. Last month, the last 2 months, I couldn't do it at all, and I wouldn't find any of them. And actually, it was trying to write a JSON program, and use it to do what I wanted it to do, and then it didn't work. So, so now it's working. So hopefully I'll be able to do this every month. The videos that I watch.
I wonder what's going to happen to websites and where, like for Google, which has, they've made their money on search monetization, and how is it going to be different now if the AIs go in and scrape all the websites and you don't need to go to those websites anymore?
Yes, and if you see the graph of Google stock when Atlas was released, there is a huge drop in just within the hour of it doing it, and it came up somewhat, but it didn't come back to where it was because of that reason. That one of the fears is the fact that the whole way in which Google makes its money and a lot of the online developers, people that have websites online, they get their money from clicks and people coming to their website. And if they're not doing that, that income is going to dry up and they're going to have to get it from somewhere else. So yeah, it's definitely a problem, and it's going to be a change in the way things are done. So we'll have to see where that goes. Luckily, probably most of us aren't affected by that, except for the fact that we don't have to watch all of the ads, but you're going to probably see a lot of ads and when you do that as well. And that's how they're going to probably monetize a lot of it.
And
Just
that
as an
was even
example,
though Atlas could only be used on a Mac, right?
Right now, but
Yeah.
it could be this week, could be next week, could be next month, as I said, when it'll be available on Windows and on your mobile devices.
just as an example, I wrote a fairly simple Gemini's prompt and to look at a stock, and I just give it the stock symbol, and it pulls off, and it gives me a 7-page report, ties in, tells me what the sources are, tells me what the analysts think. I mean, it's an amazing thing, but I don't have to go to all those reports anymore. They're there. I know they're there if I want to verify something, but it's a phenomenal tool.
Yeah, all of this AI stuff is,
Are they-
when you find a reason to use it, other than just playing around with it, it can be invaluable and at times a big time saver.
Huey Irving has had a question in the chat for a while.
Okay. I'm sorry. I haven't been monitoring the chat, so I'll let you
Hard to do both.
read it for me if you would.
Oh, sure. Can you speak about the AI companion, which is in the tray? So the Zoom AI companion.
I don't know a lot about it, except, when I send out the newsletter, it gives the AI summary of the meeting, and I believe it has something to do with that. But let's see, where is it here?
what it
AI
does.
companion. Let me open it and see what it says. It says meeting summary. And this is what it says on mine now. And I can turn it on, turn it off. So I don't know whether you can see it or not because it is on. And then it says, who will receive a summary after the meeting? Only the meeting host, and that's the way it's set up here. Only the meeting host, co-host, and alternative hosts. Only meeting host and meeting invitees in our organization. And then all meeting invitees, including those outside of our organization. And then learn more about AI Companion at the bottom, and let me click on that. It actually opens up a page from Zoom, a support page. And I am going to copy that and then come back to Zoom. And I am going to go into message everyone. And there is the link that will explain from Zoom what the AI companion will do. And I'm going to have to look at that myself. So make sure you copy that, or Irving apparently is having some problems. I'm not getting any clutter from you, Irving, but hopefully you got that link. And good, you did. And if you want to save the chats, the little three dots open up the chat, and then there's three dots at the top. And let's see, that's not where it is. It's at the bottom.
That will not work for tablets, though, Howie.
I'm sorry, what?
It does not work for tablets.
Okay. Message everyone. How do you save the chat now?
The chat window.
Oh, wait. Yeah, when you click the three buttons at the very top, it says save chat.
Right.
And where it saves it, it will create a folder called Zoom. And then under it will have today's date and meeting name. And then it will be a text file in there. And you can do that for any meeting. And if it's allowed by the person hosting the meeting, and you can save the chats. Otherwise, they disappear.
What's interesting, Huey, it says when I open up AI Companion that it's the host is the one who enables this. It says
That's correct.
So is that done automatically, or do you have to manually do that? I wonder if Tech for Seniors does that on Monday.
It's set up for the host only, and we have access to it. I don't even get to see it.
I mean, it says meeting summaries and smart recording with a transcript.
Yeah, you won't get it. Most meetings will shut that off. And then if they want to, because there's a lot of things that get discussed that you might not want to include when you send it out to everybody. I've had a couple instances where someone's talked about somebody else who wasn't at the meeting, and that person was doing something with the notes, and I didn't want that person to get it, so I had to go in and edit it before I sent it out to that person. But for this,
if I click on a meeting summary that's in the open chat, will it give me a summary of this meeting?
I think you can ask questions to it. I don't know.
I'm gonna click on it.
You can ask it during the meeting questions, but like Huey said, it's controlled by the host. You can request the AI be turned on to the host, and it's up to the host to decide yes or no. And then at the end, the host gets the summary of information, unless he's selected some of the other options that Huey read off.
Well, there's two bullets, if you will. They're kind of fancy bullets or something. It says meeting summary transcript and it says smart recording transcript. But underneath in red, it says ask host to stop all AI companion features. When I click on those two, nothing happens.
Yep. Host has control everything.
Only the host can control that, not you.
No, but it's the bottom it says ask the host to stop all AI companion features. That would assume that they're on now.
Well, that only just pops up a message to the host, in this case Huey, to turn it off if he wants to, or he can leave it on. It's his discretion.
Or the host of any of the shows that you join.
Oh, it's
Each
not
one's
really a
different.
very useful thing, but yet they putting your hand up, they bury under the React thing.
Yep.
You'd think they'd change that to
Okay,
be
let's not
more
let's
useful.
let's stay away from the Zoom and talk about
Yeah.
AI. But we only have an hour to do that, and we only have a few minutes left. Any other comments about some of the things that I showed you today or the video? I will be cutting that out of the recording because I don't know what YouTube will allow me. And so just not to take any chances, I don't want them to turn off my channel or turn off the Stug channel actually, because that's where it will go. So anything that's recorded by somebody else, I don't like to do that. The part that where I showed my video and then we went in, did something, I don't have there's no problem with that.
Okay, I got something here popped up on my phone, and I've never, I get strange things. Can you read it or is it upside down?
Yeah, and this isn't the place for us. It doesn't deal with AI. So at this point, if you would do a screen capture of that and send me an email, I'll take a look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well,
Comments?
I was in extreme alarm on my phone, and it did pop up with a Google AI, and it wanted me to install it or learn more about it or something, but it was a Google AI under extreme alarm.
Well, anything like that, anything says extreme, I don't click. I make sure I either close everything down or I close that down if I can. And because
No,
Google doesn't send you extreme.
that's a regular app I've been using for
Oh,
years. It only gives
oh,
you
okay.
1 week, but it's an alarm that gets louder and louder, kind of like your alarm clock, if you set
Okay.
it.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Did anybody learn anything today?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Then it's worth my hour and a half,
Well,
plus the time I put in with it.
the other
Go
thing
ahead.
is that when because this now goes out to YouTube, is that you can go watch it on YouTube and look at the transcript that YouTube does, and that'll give you a transcript as well.
Yep.
You can
Yeah,
also
because
take that transcript and feed it
you usually from YouTube can get the closed captioning, and there's actually YouTube, I think, has a button you can put summarize too.
Yeah.
But
You
either
can,
way, you can take the URL and pop it into any of the summarize, and a lot of them will go out to YouTube and summarize it for you.
But do you need to use that Note GPT to do the search?
No. It's just one that to me is very quick and easy and fast, and it does the kind of things that I want. I want a summary, and I also want the chapters.
Good meeting, Huey, as always. My bottles flowed over. I don't know what to do with all the overflow. My brain.
Well, you know what you can do with it? Go take the list of all the videos and sit in front of your TV, open up YouTube on your TV, relax with a bottle of beer or drink of your choice, an adult beverage or not, and just kind of sit there and watch a few of them at a time and uh, enjoy yourself and relax. You're retired.
I I'm just still awed that I'm alive to experience all this.
Yeah, me too. And are we sure of that? Are we AI as well? And with that note, I'm Huey Poplock. This is Let's Talk AI, a group from STUG, the Sarasota Technology User Group in Sarasota, Florida, and many people from around the country and from other countries as well. I thank you for joining us. Our next meeting, I will send out a notice. It's going to be around Thanksgiving. I haven't decided we're going to do it that Friday or maybe the Friday before. I will let you know, but be aware of the fact that we may switch November and December meeting dates to not to interfere with the holidays. So with that, thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Hope to see you Monday at Tech for Senior.